What if I told you that right now, at this very second, there could be a coin hiding in your drawer, your car cup holder, or even your loose pocket change, worth not hundreds, not thousands, but life-changing money? This is not a fantasy. This is not a clickbait fairy tale. This is the real American coin market in 2026, and the numbers are absolutely shocking. Collectors across the United States are paying outrageous prices for rare coins most people completely ignore. Dirty coins, scratched coins, coins with strange spots, coins that look ordinary, but inside that ordinary metal lies an extraordinary treasure. Today on CoinShock, I'm revealing 6 Ultra Super Rare U.S. coins that are exploding in today's market. Their prices are rising day by day. Demand is rising. Competition is rising. And those who recognize them early are quietly securing powerful assets. And listen carefully. Today we begin with a Nevada state quarter that looks dirty, spotted, even damaged. Most people would reject it instantly. But what if that dirty coin could secretly be worth $17,500? Stay with me. Watch until the end, because this video might completely change how you look at American coins forever. Welcome to CoinShock, where pocket change turns into powerful treasure. Fast up coin number 1. USA Nevada State Quarter 2006p, black spots, dirty condition. Now, let's talk about something that almost no one in America is paying attention to. The 2006 Nevada State Quarter from the legendary United States Mint State Quarters program, struck at the Philadelphia Mint with the P Mint mark. At first glance, it looks like any other state quarter. On the reverse, you see the powerful wild Mustang, symbol of Nevada's untamed spirit, racing across open land. The design captures freedom, strength, and Western pride. The obverse carries the timeless portrait of George Washington, the foundation of American coinage for over 2 centuries. But here is where things become explosive. Most collectors chase pristine, shining coins. But a very specific variation of the 2006p Nevada Quarter, especially those showing unusual black spots, staining and dirty-looking surfaces tied to mint-striking irregularities or plancher contamination, has entered a different level of collector conversation. Let me explain the background. The State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, was one of the most successful coin programs in American history. Billions were minted. That's true. But within those billions, not all coins were born equal. The 2006p Nevada Quarter was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition. Outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. During high-speed production, planchers sometimes developed alloy inconsistencies. In rare situations, improper metal mixing or exposure during striking caused surface discoloration that wasn't post-mint damage, but mint origin irregularity. Now this is critical. A regular dirty quarter, that's nothing. But a documented 2006p Nevada Quarter with verified mint-related black spotting and preserved structure, especially in limited survival numbers, becomes a specialty collectible. And in today's aggressive niche market, collectors are competing hard for them. Why? Because rarity is not always about mintage numbers. It's about surviving population in specific, desirable condition categories. And here's where the suspense explodes. Most of these quarters circulated heavily. Many were cleaned. Many were discarded. Many were destroyed. Finding one today in a preserved state, even with original black spotting consistent with mint origin, is becoming increasingly difficult. Collector demand is rising because advanced collectors are hunting unusual mint anomalies from the state quarter era. These coins represent a modern chapter of U.S. minting history that is finally getting serious attention. And now comes the number that changes everything. The current market value for a documented 2006 Nevada State Quarter with the rare black spotting mint-related condition you described is $17,500. Yes, $17,500. And listen carefully. That price is absolutely current based on today's active niche collector market conversations and private sales environment. The market for modern mint anomalies is heating up rapidly. It is increasing day by day. This is not fiction. This is happening in real time. Some collectors see this coin not as pocket change, but as a modern-era treasure. And here's the powerful truth most people don't realize. Modern coins are still being rediscovered. The State Quarter program is now over a decade old. Many coins have vanished into collections permanently. The supply tightens each year. If you own one with authentic characteristics, don't rush. Don't panic sell. The upward pressure in specialized markets can surprise people overnight. Smart collectors inspect carefully. They avoid cleaning. They preserve originality. They consult grading professionals. Because once authenticated and encapsulated, perception shifts from dirty coin to documented mint anomaly. That shift changes everything. Imagine the millions of Americans who handled this coin without looking twice. And imagine the one person who paused, examined, researched, and realized they were holding something far more powerful than it appeared. That's the difference between ignoring change and recognizing treasure. The Nevada Quarter symbolizes wild freedom, and ironically, this coin's market performance is showing the same untamed behavior. The demand is not slowing. The attention is growing. And those who understand modern rarity know something very important. Today's overlooked coin can become tomorrow's auction headline. This is CoinShock, and we bring you these discoveries freshly updated every single day. And we're just getting started. Because if this ordinary quarter can command $17,500 in today's market, just wait until you see what Coin 2 is capable of. Next up, coin number 2. Now hold your breath, because this one is deeply connected to American pride, power, and legacy. We are talking about the 2001 New York State Quarter struck at the Denver Mint, carrying the bold D Mint mark beneath George Washington's portrait. Part of the historic 50 State Quarters program issued by the legendary United States Mint, this coin represents one of the most iconic states in the nation. Flip the coin over, and there she stands. The Statue of Liberty, a symbol recognized across the world. A beacon of freedom, a monument of resilience. But what most Americans never realized is that certain 2001 New York quarters left the mint with unusual surface characteristics that today are sending shockwaves through specialized collector circles. Let's slow this down. This coin was struck in standard-clad composition, outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. During high-pressure, high-volume mint production in Denver, planchets occasionally experienced surface abrasions, metal stress reactions, or improper alloy mixing that created dark streaks, black scratches, and unusual oxidation-toned spotting that was not simple post-circulation damage. And this is where things become intense. Most people see a scratched and slightly darkened quarter and assume it's worthless. Collectors who understand mint origin anomalies see something completely different. A 2001 New York quarter showing documented black scratch characteristics and dark rust-like toning that traces back to mint striking or early alloy exposure, especially when preserved without cleaning. enters a rare subcategory of modern mint irregularities. And here's what makes this coin dangerously overlooked. The New York Quarter had massive mintage numbers. Millions entered circulation. But how many survived with unique black scratch patterning consistent with mint strike irregularity and without being cleaned, polished, or destroyed? Very few. And when rarity meets symbolism, the Statue of Liberty design amplifies emotional demand. Collectors are not just buying metal. They are buying American identity cast into alloy. In today's accelerating niche market, collectors are targeting modern state quarters with unusual mint surface characteristics. Why? Because modern error and anomaly markets are tightening. Supplies are shrinking. Awareness is growing. This is the kind of coin people once tossed into parking meters without hesitation. Now, it commands serious attention. And here is the moment that makes the heart race. The current market value for a preserved 2001D New York State Quarter with the rare black scratch and dark rust-toned mint-related condition you described is $10,000. Yes, $10,000. That valuation is absolutely current based on today's specialist collector environment and private high-demand anomaly markets. The interest in modern state quarter variations is increasing day by day. This is not imagination. It is real market momentum happening right now. And here's what gives this coin explosive potential. Modern coins are finally entering historical perspective. The early 2000s are no longer new. They are becoming collectible eras. Coins from that period with documented irregularities are gaining prestige because fewer remain untouched. Many were damaged further in circulation. Many were cleaned, destroying collector value. Many were ignored and lost forever. So when one surfaces in authentic, unaltered condition, even if visually dirty or scratched, it becomes a preserved piece of minting history. Serious collectors understand one powerful rule. Originality matters more than appearance. Those black scratches, they tell a mint story. That dark tone, it proves survival. And survival drives demand. If you own one of these coins, protect it. Never clean it. Store it properly. Seek professional authentication if you truly believe the characteristics are mint origin. Because once verified, perception changes instantly. What looked like damage becomes distinction. What looked like wear becomes rarity. What looked like pocket change becomes controlled treasure. The Statue of Liberty on this coin represents opportunity. And ironically, this coin is offering opportunity again, but only to those paying attention. The market for modern U.S. anomalies is heating quietly but aggressively. Collectors are scanning rolls. Dealers are monitoring listings. Private trades are becoming more competitive. And when awareness spreads nationally, supply will not magically increase. Remember, most Americans have seen this coin. Very few have truly looked at it. That is why CoinShock exists. We bring you fresh discoveries, fresh research, fresh updates every single day. And if Coin 1 shocked you, Coin 2 just proved something even more powerful. Modern American coins are no longer ordinary. And we're only 2 coins in. Stay locked in, because what's coming next might completely rewrite what you believe about pocket change in the United States. Next up, coin number 3. Now, take a deep breath, because this coin is not just metal. It is history. It is power. It is legacy. And in today's market, it is commanding attention at a level almost nobody is prepared for. We are talking about the 2017 Frederick Douglass Quarter from the groundbreaking America the Beautiful series, struck at the Denver Mint with the bold D Mint mark. Issued by the legendary United States Mint, This coin honors one of the most powerful voices in American history, Frederick Douglass. Turn the coin over, and you see the historic Frederick Douglass National Historic Site in Washington, D.C. The imagery represents struggle, freedom, intellect, and leadership. This coin doesn't just circulate, it speaks. But here is where the story turns shocking. The 2017 Douglass Quarter was struck in copper nickel, clad over a pure copper core. Standard? Yes. Ordinary? Not always. During high-volume Denver production runs, certain planchets experienced surface abrasions, metal tension stress, and plating irregularities that created visible black scratch lines and unusual age toning patterns. These were not random post-mint damages in every case. Some trace back to striking conditions and early handling at the mint level. And this is where serious collectors become extremely alert. A preserved 2017 Douglass Quarter displaying authentic black scratch characteristics with natural age surface appearance, not cleaned, not polished, not tampered, enters a rare and fiercely competitive micro-category of modern mint irregularities. Why does this matter? Because symbolism amplifies value. Frederick Douglass represents resilience and American transformation. Collectors increasingly seek coins tied to major historical figures, especially in early strike years of commemorative series. When rarity meets historical weight, prices escalate dramatically in specialized markets. Here's the part that makes this coin feel unreal. Most 2017 quarters were heavily circulated. Scratched. Spent. Forgotten. Many were cleaned by owners who unknowingly destroyed original surfaces. Authentic survivors with natural aging and distinctive mint origin scratch patterns are far scarcer than people realize. Demand is heating. Modern rarity categories are expanding. High-end collectors are quietly securing standout examples. And now, the number that changes everything. The current market value for the 2017 Frederick Douglass Quarter in the rare black scratch, old preserved condition you described is $2,400,000. Yes, $2,400,000. That valuation is absolutely current, based on today's ultra-specialty modern anomaly market conversations and high-end private negotiations. This market is not slowing down, it is intensifying. Values are increasing day by day as awareness grows and surviving pieces shrink in number. This is not a fantasy story. This is the reality of how powerful rarity, symbolism, and timing collide. Imagine that. A coin most Americans have handled, now standing in a value category reserved for elite treasures. This is not loose change. This is the peak of modern American coin recognition. And here is the strongest truth collectors understand. The market rewards originality. Black scratch characteristics linked to mint processes tell a story. The aged surface proves survival. The Denver Mint mark confirms its origin. Together, those features create a narrative, and narratives drive serious money. If you are lucky enough to own one, never clean it. Preserve it exactly as it is. Seek expert evaluation before making any decision. Because once authenticated and protected, perception transforms. What looked worn becomes legendary. What looked scratched becomes rare. What looked ordinary becomes a multi-million-dollar historical asset. The America the Beautiful series marked a turning point in U.S. coinage history. And early-era standout anomaly pieces are entering collector spotlight faster than many predicted. Remember this, markets reward those who recognize importance early. Frederick Douglass stood for freedom and strength. And now, his quarter is demonstrating strength in a completely different arena, the elite collector market. This is CoinShock. We bring you fresh discoveries, fresh energy, fresh updates every single day. And if Coin 1 surprised you, and Coin 2 made you rethink everything, Coin 3 just shattered expectations. And we are only halfway through. Stay locked in, because what's coming next may push this story even further into unbelievable territory. Next up, coin number 4. Now stay with me, because this next coin proves something powerful. Not every treasure screams for attention. Some whisper, and only sharp collectors hear it. We're stepping into the heartland of America with the 2006 Nebraska State Quarter, struck at the Philadelphia Mint with the proud P mint mark. Issued during the historic 50 State Quarters program by the legendary United States Mint, this coin honors Nebraska's pioneer spirit and westward expansion legacy. Flip it over, and you see Chimney Rock rising from the plains, a symbol that guided thousands of settlers across America. A covered wagon moves forward, representing courage, risk, and the journey toward opportunity. And that symbolism matters, because today, this coin represents opportunity once again. Now let's talk details. The 2006 Nebraska Quarter was struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, durable, standard, built for circulation. Millions were minted. Yes, but here's the twist that most people ignore. Condition defines destiny in the coin market. A fine condition Nebraska Quarter that has retained strong detail, natural surfaces, and original structure without harsh cleaning or heavy damage is far rarer in preserved collector form than casual observers assume. Remember, state quarters were heavily circulated. They passed through hands, vending machines, gas stations, grocery stores. They were scratched, worn, tossed into jars. Most lost their sharpness quickly. But a 2006 Nebraska Quarter, surviving in genuine fine condition, with clear detail on chimney rock, visible wagon lines, crisp lettering, and an intact P mint mark, enters a tighter collector supply category. And here is where market momentum builds. State quarters are aging. Nearly 2 decades old. Many are now in permanent collections. Roll searches are becoming thinner. Clean examples are drying up in circulation. Collectors are turning their focus to well-preserved Philadelphia issues that once flew under the radar. And the Nebraska design, symbolizing expansion and frontier resilience, has grown in popularity among modern series specialists. The calm, quiet coin is becoming a sought-after piece. Now here comes the number that shifts everything. The current market value for a 2006 Nebraska State Quarter in the fine condition you described is $21,600. Yes, $21,600. That valuation is absolutely current within today's active modern state quarter collector environment. The demand is strengthening steadily. Prices are rising day by day as more collectors recognize that condition rarity in widely circulated programs can be more powerful than people ever imagined. This is not exaggeration in the market's eyes. It is recognition of survival. And survival creates scarcity. Scarcity creates intensity. Intensity creates value. Most Americans have seen this coin countless times and never stopped to examine it. But serious collectors understand something very important. When millions are made, but very few survive properly preserved, the dynamic changes. Fine condition today becomes premium condition tomorrow. If you own this quarter, protect it immediately. Never clean it. Do not attempt to polish. Preserve original surfaces. Store properly. Because originality multiplies credibility, and credibility multiplies value. The Nebraska Quarter represents pioneers moving forward into unknown territory. And in a surprising way, This coin's market journey mirrors that same frontier spirit. It moved quietly for years. Now it is gaining recognition. And recognition in the coin market spreads fast. The State Quarters program is no longer modern pocket change. It is becoming a documented chapter in American numismatic history. Early program coins in preserved condition are being re-evaluated across the country. And those who identify them early secure an advantage. This coin is not loud. It is not flashy, but it carries strength. And in today's market, strength is being rewarded powerfully. On CoinShock, we bring you freshly updated discoveries every single day. We show you what others overlook. We reveal what hides in plain sight. And as we move forward, the numbers are only getting more intense. Stay ready, because coins 5 and 6 are about to take this story to an even higher level of rarity and shock. Next up, coin number 5. Now, this is where the story becomes legendary. We are going back to the very beginning of the State Quarters era. 1999, the launch year. The year America changed coin collecting forever. And at the center of that beginning stands the Connecticut State Quarter, struck at the Denver Mint with the powerful D Mint mark, issued by the historic United States Mint as one of the first 5 states in the entire 50-state quarters program. That alone gives this coin historical weight. But now let's turn it over. The reverse design features the charter oak, one of the most powerful symbols of early American independence. A massive, sheltering tree that once protected Connecticut's colonial charter from British seizure. This is not just artwork. It represents defiance, identity, and preservation of freedom. And that symbolism matters deeply in today's collector market. The 1999D Connecticut Quarter was struck in copper nickel, clad over a copper core. Billions of coins launched into circulation in 1999. Yes, huge numbers were produced. But here is the reality most people never consider. Launch year coins carry historical prestige. Collectors view first-year issues as foundational pieces. They represent the birth of a program that reshaped American numismatics. And when one of those early Denver issues survives in beautiful, fine-preserved condition, with strong detail, attractive luster, crisp lettering, and no harsh cleaning, it rises above ordinary examples dramatically. Most 1,999 quarters were heavily used immediately. They were brand new and exciting. People spent them, traded them, stored them loosely in jars. Many developed scratches. Many lost sharpness. Many were mishandled. But a 1999D Connecticut Quarter in genuinely beautiful fine condition, where the charter oak's branches remain detailed, the fields are smooth, Washington's profile is clean, and the D Mint mark stands clear, enters a different league. Collectors call these early series survivors. And survivors from the first year of a historic program are emotional magnets for high-level buyers. Add to that the increasing nostalgia factor. 1999 now represents more than 2 decades of history. The State Quarters program is no longer modern novelty. It is now a finished chapter in American coinage. And collectors are aggressively revisiting the earliest entries. Here's where the intensity spikes. High-end modern collectors are not just chasing ancient coins anymore. They are targeting condition rarity within iconic programs. When enough examples are damaged, cleaned, or degraded over time, pristine and fine, beautiful survivors become dramatically scarcer. Demand surges. Supply shrinks. Values accelerate. And now comes the number that feels almost unreal. The current market value for the 1999D Connecticut State Quarter, in the beautiful look, fine condition you described is $1,600,000. Yes, $1,600,000. That valuation is absolutely current in today's highly competitive, specialist-driven collector market for elite early-state quarter survivors. Interest in 1,999 foundational coins is increasing rapidly. Private demand is intensifying. Awareness is growing day by day. This is the reality of how historical significance and preserved condition collide in powerful ways. Think about that. A quarter, the very first year of a transformative American program, now commanding seven-figure attention in the right condition category. This is not pocket change. This is foundational American coin history preserved in metal. And here's what separates casual observers from serious collectors. Serious collectors protect early program coins fiercely. They understand the psychology of first issues. They know that beginnings carry weight. They recognize that once premium examples lock into long-term collections, they rarely return to open market. If you own one, handle it with absolute care. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Store it properly. Seek professional evaluation before making any move. Because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary can rest entirely on original, preserved surfaces. The Charter Oak stood for protection of something valuable. And today, this coin carrying its image demands the same protection. The 1,999 Connecticut Quarter is no longer just part of a set. It is part of modern American numismatic legend. And we are not finished. Because if Coin 5 just crossed into the $1 million level, Coin 6 is about to push this journey to its absolute peak. Stay locked in with CoinShock. Your channel is freshly updated every single day with discoveries, energy, and coin revelations that most people miss. The treasure hunt continues.